All right, YouTubers, what's going on? I've got you all now loud and ready to go. The market opens here in about a minute. So let's be ready. Let's be ready. Levels are now posted, ready to go. Shaking and baking. All right, so what to expect today? On the 1 year chart, we look dumpy. 3, 2, 1, and there is the market open. Y'all good luck today. Please be smart. Don't FOMO, and let's make a little money today. All right, coming up to R1, 434.92. We're open right below it as we spiked already on the pre-market right here. And right now we've got about a mixed bag here. A little bit of green, a little bit of red on the X sectors. Let's kind of take a look. XLV is coming down there. XLF down. Big red on XLY after popping up. Energy is down. XLP is big green here. Real estate coming down after a big positive jump there. Red candles there on SPY. There are the Qs. Interesting open so far. So let's take a look. Apple, let's look at the top 8. Big red on Apple. Green on Microsoft. Amazon is up, but red. Big red candle there that was eaten up. Let's see. Facebook, Google coming on down there. So a little mixed bag there on the tech. And there's Tesla here. So could very well experience a consolidation period after a lot of volatility the past week. Right now we've got some red that was bought up here. Green candle coming up to R1. And let's see how it reacts to that. 18% on the swing call. Nice, Lucas. Watermark. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Yeah, I take that off after I stream. So I always have to put it back on there. So thanks for the reminder. All right, YouTuber, how's it going? Christian, Kevin, how you doing, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Life's pretty good, Ben. How about you? All right, there's that big old buying candle. Look at that. Big buying on some green candles there. Tech is green as well. XLF. Big red candle on XLF. Getting smoked out. Bonds, big spike in the bonds. And the rates are falling off here. So, yeah, look at this big buy up in the bonds. I think TradingView is broke. Mine's pretty good. Mine's pretty good. At least it was. Let's see. 831. Yeah, mine's updating. Maybe it's the web-based. Try the... Hey, that big green candle was smoked out on SPY. Try the, whatchamacallit, the app. The app. Maybe that works. Big buy up with the bonds as SPY just eats up that green candle and now to the downside. I love to see it. I love to see it. Let me look into the Greeks here. 437s, deltas on, nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, October 15th, there we go. All right, 437s are right where I want them to be. On the 432s are right where I want them to be. So good. Like those. Yep, hit R1 beautifully. I love to see it, love to see it. Let's go to SPX now, flip back over there, and take a look at the deltas now that the options chain's updated. 40, see the super low volume on the SPX. 43. I might actually trade a little SPY with y'all this morning. 43.50s there because the volume is super low on these things. And with the volatility we've been having, I'm sure as crap not playing the same day DTEs. So, you know what? Sure, I'll trade some SPY with y'all this morning. I'll go old school. SPY. All right. 434.78 bouncing off of R1. I'd love to see a little rejection of R1 and come on back down, baby. Come on back down. All right, taking a look around, taking a look around. VIX is not right now back to 19 and bouncing up there. Still wasn't a give up any ground. 19 is still very high. What are the pros and cons of trading SPY versus SPX? I love it. I love it. Let's see. There's a crap ton. There's a crap ton. Here, and I'll give you this one right here. Booyah. I got that question so many times, I made a video about it. That's all right, Kevin. I've been doing this a long time. We'll refine it. That's why it's keep in there and keep on learning. That's all right. 435.01 right now. Let's see how we react to that. Thanks, viewers. Appreciate that. Looking forward to it. Basically, overall arching view, most of the time, if you can afford to trade SPX with proper position sizes, SPX is the way to go. Is the way to go. Always, or most of the time. There are some benefits to trading SPY. Like the spread, for example, volume, the liquidity, all that stuff. Alrighty. Let's see how this day acts. Are we going to have bullish day, bearish day? Are we going to have a consolidation period? Who knows? Let's watch. No positions for me just yet. I'm going to trade a little SPY with y'all this morning until I start to see a little volume coming in to the SPX trades on the 15th. So, yeah. Andy from Parks and Recreation. That was a great show. Alrighty. So right now the day is definitely mixed. XLF, big red candles on the XLF, followed by this little green bounce up here at their level. SPY is starting to climb just ever so slightly. The Qs, red candle on the Qs. VIX is holding 19. The bonds are up right now. So today I'll be focusing closely on the bonds, especially with the shaking and baking in the rates right now. The rates are 1.54. Futures now are climbing. What's the NASDAQ doing? In an upward trend, a little bit of red candle lately here. Welcome to all the new Patreon members. I actually spent about an hour this morning creating a Patreon welcome video to explain everything, and then I realized after about 30 minutes of recording that my microphone was not connected. So that was a good waste of my time. However, that'll be done later today. Also, be on the lookout. Tomorrow is Thursday, so y'all know what that means. The release of the new episode of Making Millionaires Podcast. This episode is going to be State of the Economy from my perspective. So we'll see. Be on the lookout for that. Holding R1 beautifully at the moment. Let's see how things roll. A little bit increasing selling volume here. Let's see if we can eat that up. The Qs now have a little weight to it up here at the top. Let's look at the top 8 or the 11 sectors here. XLV, big red sell-off here in XLV, pretty much flat from the pre-market levels. XLF is still down, wicking out that big green candle. This might be a little bullish buy up here until we see some downside, baby. Still holding R1 beautifully. Had a great question asked to me this morning. I didn't answer it. What happens when we go back to all-time highs? How do you form your resistance levels? And honestly, you don't. It's your best guess. I'll do my best to formulate some sort of resistance levels, but after that, you're forming hard supports. And then after that, it's, you just use your best guess. You use volume-based, depending on prior resistance, to see how far SPY could possibly go. But after that, it's all it's no one can predict the market. And anyone who tells you they can predict where it's going to go is either a trillionaire or they're full of crap. So, yeah, we'll do that together. Cool Dab, I use the Pro Plus. The Pro Plus. All right, R1. That's a big green candle coming up testing R1. Are we going to pop through? It looks like we just did. Blasted right through after holding 3 candles on R1. Bonds are still climbing here. Red candle right there. XLF is still down. I'm suspicious of this upward move until we get XLF starting to play ball. If XLF plays ball, we may actually see R2. XLB is climbing. XLRE is starting to rebound here. XLF needs to play ball. A little red candle there. And SPY is still holding R1. You're very welcome, P0. Volume is down. There's not a lot of volume here. We're still holding R1. The VIX is still holding 18.9. NASDAQ is looking pretty decent. XLF is down considerably. TLT is still up greatly here. So, how far above it does it need to be through R1? Well, there's not really a set level. It's just it keeps popping right at it and then dropping below. And like it's not the exact cent I'm looking for. It's just this level. Like I want to look at as long as it holds this level, give or take, I don't know, 10, 15 cents. That's to me, that's a good indication of where the buy orders are hovering out. I don't really care about the exact cent. So yeah. And you remember it's the whole rubber band. It's the whole rubber band metaphor. You know, it's not a piece of steel where you just bend it and it breaks, or you pour it. Never mind, I'm not going down that road. It's a rubber band, so you bend it until it pops. So that's the way I like to look at it. Look at that, big rejection, and here we're coming on down. XLF still falling. That's a pop through on XLF. The VIX is getting a little bouncy here. I'm telling you all, what did I say in pre-market? Just be careful until we get a break one way or the other. Top wicks, baby. Kevin, I posted those in the Patreoners room. Or a crap full of trillionaires sending courses. Yeah. Yep, TLT usually moves opposite of XLF. Not all the time, but usually. Bonds aren't rounding over yet. They got a little red here until I see a bigger move. Here's the thing. With the bonds, don't look at intricate moves. Don't look at the little minute-by-minute candles of the bonds. You're going to have fluctuations, a little selling, a little buying. I'm talking about the overall trend of bonds. That's what you want to look at. Look at SPY selling back over, rejecting R1, and coming on back down. I love to see it. 8:43 in the morning, 9:43 Eastern time. We popped up here to, about 435, 27, 30, somewhere around there. And coming back down, here is the 34 EMA, blasted right through VWAP 8, 21, 34, and coming on down. We got S1 at 433.74. The Q's getting blasted. XLF falling lower. The bonds way up here a high. My mic is occasionally buzzing out. Love to see it. All right, 3-minute chart right there. We're right below the EMAs and the 34. The 5-minute chart here, big red candle. And we're hovering right around the 5-minute POC and bounced just above the 34 EMA on the 5-minute. You can see the selling volume so far has overtaken buying volume on the day. Please spend a little time looking at the overarching theme of the market on the 1-year chart. On the 1-year chart, right here. We rejected all the way up here at 441, been downtrending ever since. The selling volume yesterday actually picked up. Today should be a good indicator of where things are going to go, and we're bouncing hard right here. Should be an interesting day regardless. We are well below the 50, and we've been there for quite a while. It's been the first time we've spent this much time below the 50 in quite a while. I think the Corona crash was the last time we spent this much time below. It could have been the September. Yep. So right here. No, September. It was September. Yeah, so here we recovered a little quicker, but here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pop back down. We'll call that 11 days. 12 days. We spent 12 days below the 50 back in September. And here we are. Let's see how many days right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days below the 50. This is the most days we've spent below the 50 simple moving average since the Corona crash. So one could surmise this is the most bearish activity we've had since we first heard about Corona back in March of 2020 or February 2020. So this is not an insignificant event. So yeah. That's why it's good to have an overarching view. QQQ right now, big red candle, gotten eaten up there. SPY is still holding this level, and we're right above S1. Justin's inputs off R1. Nicely done. Was the CPI bad? The CPI report was slightly higher than average, so it depends what you mean by bad. You have to realize inflation is there. Inflation has been increasing steadily. They're doing everything they can to artificially subjugate, to reduce inflation, on paper to reduce inflation. But the inflation report was slightly higher, than expected. Depends what you mean by bad. But either way, there's so much they can do, putting their thumb in the dam until it finally ruptures, and then we get a CPI of 6%, and then SPY opens at 370. So 434.36 red candle, right above S2, S1. Yeah, thank you, Uncle Terry. If you are new to the channel, if you happen to just find us, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I think you'll get a lot of great content out of us. Great educational server where we hang out, talk, discuss, throw ideas off one another. There's a nice, healthy red candle, 434.03. Love to see it. Love to see it. Popping up on the VIX, 1942. And here's a red candle approaching S1. Let's watch what happens. QQQ right now is red falling over. The bonds are still very high. XLF, big sell-off in the financial sector. So I love to see it. I think this might be the precipice of a larger downward move over at least the course of the day. We'll see. Now we're touching S1. There's an S1 touch right there. Let's see how we react. That's a pretty large candle on low volume. A little check up there off S1. It's like magnets. It's like magnets. All right, little check up there on S1. There's the Qs rounding back over. The VIX is big spike up to 1954 and SPY. So, yeah, that's a new revelation I actually just discovered right in front of you all, is the whole overall bearishness of the market. Crazy stuff. The fact that we've spent more time below the 50 since the Corona crash the past 18 days is quite substantial. Look at this nice big green candle. Blasted right through S1 after rejecting R1. Let's test S2, baby. Q, down, down, down. Q's just formed new lows. The VIX right up here, popping up. SPY is got through S1 right now and falling. And coming on down. Increasing selling volume there. My fingers is on the put button. VIX is climbing up here. TLT, the bonds. Little red candle there. XLF. Still in free fall. XLV, free fall. XLV, NK, both down. Big red candle on XLK. The tech sector, the VIX, the TLT, the bonds are starting to get bought there. And NASDAQ, little green, little green, little green. Futures there. SPY. Coming on up. My videos are made for kids. Interesting. I'll take a look. Thanks. VIX is there. XLF, green candle there. XLV and K. All right. Red candles coming on down. We got 433.14. QQQ had big old blast down, but it now got bought up there. VIX is still 1973. Bonds are rolling over. We're kind of right now in between S1 and S2. That SPY guide locked in 29% on puts. I'd love to see it. Let's hold off on talking about JPM, and you can discuss that in the general chat, please. There's a green candle, and the Qs are kind of popping up here as well. XLF is still heavy, so be careful buying up this little green candle. There's the futures right now. The rates right now are still down. 35% on puts. Nice, Justin. 22% profit. Nice, Lumpy Cat. Looks like you've been doing better the past few days. I'd love to see it. That green candle got smoked here on the Qs and SPY. Have a little green. Justin's been absolutely killing it lately. I do, Bo. I post them every day. I posted like 4 or 5 plays yesterday. All right, I took a put right there on that big flush when I saw that green candle come on down. There is the Qs coming down to S2. That's a big flush. Beautiful, beautiful play. All right, there's S2. There's a flush down to S2. 39% on puts. Nice, Alex. Nice, Alex. Man, right off S2. Blasted right through. Good, good, good. Leroy's got 2 8%ers. Look at that. Blasted right off S2. Watching. I'm trying to get this posted while I'm watching the price action. Posting this. All right. Big red candle and still waiting. Nice, Gordon. Yeah. Gordon, sorry, not Gordon. 13% on puts. Well done. Man, this thing is bouncing off S2. Just can't break it. But can't break it. Coming on down here. Love to see it. I'm taking half right here at 244, 239, 240. Coming on down, baby. Let's go. That Spy Guy, first day is Patreon, so grateful. You're very welcome. 53% on puts and back to work. Well done, Matt. Awesome stuff. I love to see it. There's 426, 436. Let's go, baby. 444, or 244, I'm sorry. All right, I took half there at 244. I'm going to try to post this as fast as I can. The scaling out theory worked pretty well for me yesterday, so that's why I'm still shaking and baking on the scaling out. I liked it. It did very well for me. It treated me very good yesterday. Up $200. Nice, Jesus. Good stuff. Am I short? Yes, I am inputs. I'm very short. Actually, I'm, I haven't ever used that dad joke enough. I won't use that one. All right, big flush out. We're holding S2 here. If we break it, let's go down to S3. Come on, baby. I'd love to see it. 30% gain on a put. Man, the room is killing it today. Chief, awesome stuff. Chief Keef. There's 242. Watch S2. My levels are just too strong. We found that out yesterday. The VIX is red up there. The bonds up now is 145 and climbing. XLF is down and getting absolutely smoked. Man, this is beautiful. What did I tell y'all this morning? Man. All right, S3 I've got is 43094. I did have a 431-ish line plotted, but it wasn't high confidence, so I didn't stick it in there. However, I may actually note it just in case we do get a little on there. But I've been telling you for 10 dang years. It's a great movie. Great movie. Fantastic movie. Fun fact about Independence Day, the second movie, though. I work with the girl who sung the national anthem for the opening sequence of the second Independence Day movie. Great chick. Phenomenal voice. Lil B got another 12%. Awesome stuff. Love to see it. Big bounce off of S2. And S2 continues to be a very large support zone there. Look at that big green candle. No volume, though. No volume. VIX is coming on down there. XLF is still red. Bonds. Big spike in the bonds. I'm not buying this little bullish buy up here. Not buying it. So let's see what happens. Look at the overarching market trend here. The bonds are yanking up there. 145.19. XLF is still down. The Qs wicking out here right off the 8 EMA. SPY is still bouncing off S2. Did I take my indicators off? What do you mean? Which indicators? Negative. Yeah, I'm not buying this buy up. Or I'm believing it, whatever. Why SPY versus SPX today? Because there was absolutely no volume in SPX for the October 15th contracts. And I'm not trading the October 13th, which are 1 day, like 0 day DTEs, because there's one, I don't trade them anyway. Two, the volatility is a cray. So I want no part of it. So because of that, I'm going to start out with an SPY trade. I like the liquidity. I want to be in and out very quickly. And I can always switch over later. Plus, I always like trading SPY. That's my bread and butter. Do bonds have an inverse relationship to SPY? Most of the time, yes. It doesn't always work that way. Look at this. That green candle completely smoked out. You got to watch, baby. Look at the bonds. Look at the bonds. 145.30. And that's the market saying we want no part of this. We want no part of risk. What's risk got to do with it? S1. I'm holding these babies. What's that song? What is that? Limp Bizkit. You all remember Bizkit? Limp Bizkit song in the 90s. I'm holding. Sorry, I can't sing. S1. What do we got? 43374. I'm going to lock this baby. Lock it. So I don't keep moving. All right, there's a red candle. Am I trying to sing Limp Bizkit? Yes. This is the craziest bonds action I've seen in quite a while. I may close out the rest of my position, but S2 is just too strong. I think I'm going to here as well, especially with a little green here on the bonds. I can always re-enter, especially on this SPY trade. There's 738. There's 739. 738. All right, I close the rest at 738. I'm sorry, 238. Why do I keep saying 7? Close the rest at 238. I can always re-enter. Get your red hat. Oh, man, the red Yankee hat. Dude, you just brought back a crazy kid. Like, I wanted that red Yankees hat so bad when I was a kid. I looked everywhere for a red Yankees hat. Man, I haven't thought about that in like 20 years. I think I need Dr. Phil. I'm about to ball up in a fetal position in the corner. Am I a trader for taking a call while OM is in a put? No. As long as you're making money, I don't care what you do. All right, QQQ is 358.72, the VIX. As long as you're making smart positions. If you have a thesis behind your call, I don't care what, even if you lose, if you have a thesis behind your call, I want you to take it. That's it. I am here to help you all make sound, practical, consistent trading, responsible decisions. As long as you're doing that, I don't care what you do. I will support anything you do. What's up, Lil B? Nicely done. Make that money. That's right. Man, we've been killing it this week. I love it. OM, how many times do you usually trim before closing? Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I need to update my trading log. I haven't done that in about a week. I've done my own personal trading log, but not. I haven't posted it in there. I got to do that. Man, I haven't looked at I've been looking so much at my levels. All right, so we are holding S2 beautifully right now. 3% portfolio gain. Lee Rat is killing it. Look at the dichotomy between the green candles on Qs and SPY. Because of this. That's it right there. You all want to see the big difference between the Qs and the SPY? The QQQ does not have XLF in it. So when you see this and you see this, you get this, not this, and not that. So that's why. Bearish action here on SPY. We are holding S2 beautifully. Let's see if we bounce back up. S2 is super strong. OM sounds like Cobra Commander. No, that reminds me of Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. You know, the Cobras. I love it. What are those purple shaded boxes on SPY? Those are when I post my post market analysis. every time we respect the levels, I put a purple box to show you. That's just highlighting the respect right there. White Goodman. Yeah. Here at Globo Gym, we're better than you, and we know it. 433.15, bouncing right off SPY. Completely out of my position. Fantastic, fantastic play. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. I did run a gym. That's right. We joked about that all the time. Did you enter when it bounced off R1? Nope. I wish I would have. I entered when I saw the flush right up here. Hey, when did you enter this position? There wasn't. Honestly, I didn't even look at the EMAs. It was all about volume and my levels. Didn't even look at the EMAs on that play. All right, I'm going to be heads down. I'm going to look on the 1 year chart to see if I can figure out that 431. Just give me a heads up if things start shaking on the daily. So let's take a look. 431. Carry the 2. Let me get my calculator out. Oculus square root. Let's see here, right there. Okay. 431. Give me abacus. Let me slide the abacus over to the power of 3. Limit calculus. All right, good. I think I got it here. All right, so it's not too big here. There's not a lot of strong stuff here. There's not a lot of strong level. That's why I didn't include it, because there's not a lot of good strength. There's not much to look at. I will say 431.40-ish. I would give a nod to, but don't expect much of it if we come down through 431.40. And I'll call that S2.2 or S2.5. How about that? And I'll post it here. I'll call that low confidence. Bob Pythagoras. I love it. Yeah, so the past few days, I've been trying to trust my levels more and more and more, and just playing calls off of them. And man, it's been crazy. I made a killing this week just playing bounces and rejections off of my levels. It's been crazy. Chocolate bacon is really good. Those are my proprietary levels. I calculate those myself, so that's not something you can add. I mean, they're just horizontal lines. You could add horizontal lines, but these are the levels I calculate. I calculate R1 through 4 and then S1 through 4. So yeah. Getting fills on SPX has been crap. Yep, that's why I'm going with SPY today, Luke. Perfect example on a situation where I use SPY. There's a lot of shaking with the SPX. There's not a lot of volume. I want something I could get in precisely and accurately like a sniper. That's why I chose today to be SPY. We're kind of in that weird zone where I'm not playing a 0 DTE and the 2-day DTs have absolutely no volume on them. So that's why I'm going with SPY. All right. I think we're consolidating for a move lower. Personally, that's my thesis, but we'll see how things shake out. Was OM not talking? Yeah, I'm talking. What's up, baby? What's up, Dave? What is that mathematical formula? No, you know that scene at the end of Waterboy where the opposing coach that stole the playbook, he's like holding his playbook and he's like looking around. All right, 432, bouncing right off S2 again. Look at these wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just wicks right there, baby. Killing it. Should have taken a put at R1. You and me both, Dirty Dusty. You and me both. The SPX volume I'm talking about is the options volume. So if you go into the options chain, you look at the actual volume on the actual contracts, not the volume on the charts. I did. I posted a link to my trading view somewhere yesterday. OM, I'm a pilot. Is that why I multitask so well? I'd like to think so. You do have to be a very good multitasker if you want to be an effective pilot. So, yeah, the Air Force does a phenomenal job of training pilots to be multitaskers and emergency managers. So, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Love to freaking see it. Boom. Blasted right through like it was nothing. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. All right, so I guess we could focus on S2.5. That's a great point. AKSTR, that's correct. Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at it? Boom. Look at this drill. No volume. That's a large uptick in volume. So be careful. That volume is increasing quickly. Love to see it. Look at this volume. Holy moly guacamole. All right, SPY or Q's about to form new lows. SPY surely has formed new lows. They just blasted post-market lows and come on down. Look at this. Man, I wish I would have held on to those puts. That's the theme this week. Freaking closing too short. I like it, though. I'll take it. So glad I held my puts. Nice, Pandora. Where'd you buy? Let's go, baby. Let's go. 285. Red candles. Wish I would have held my position. What a crazy, crazy day. Another 9%. Lee-Rat is absolutely killing it. I love to see it. Gah! I have a Cessna 150 mopped off the skis. Nice. Awesome. I'd love to fly one of those. That's a 63 model? 64 model? $20% on puts. Nice, Saxon. Well done. I hope y'all held that put longer than I did. Man is killing down there. Coming on down. I'll be curious to see if it respects my S2.5. That's a low confidence play. Justin, 21% on puts. 33%. I told y'all. I knew this was going to keep going lower. I told you all. All right, let's look out for 431. What, 43? Break that rubber band, baby. Break that rubber band. We are in the Marianas Trench. Hey, this ain't no Marianas Trench. You wait. We're coming, like, this is just the Titanic. We're coming down to, right at the Atlantic. But you just wait till a couple of weeks. We'll find the Marianas Trench. All right, so now we're messing with some prior levels here. We're coming down. We're right above my little 431.45. Big red candles and coming down still. Love to see it. Anybody still holding puts from R1? I'm just curious. Anybody take puts on R1 and still holding? Man, Spicy Curry still has half of R1. That's killing it, dude. Killing it. Dustin's still holding. 20% on puts, 55% on puts, 19%, 22%. Y'all are freaking killing it. Freaking killing it. What an amazing community. Love it. Second lieutenant still holding quarter. Nicely done. That'll help that BAH, won't it? Coming on down, we got 431.55. Awesome stuff. No, you don't have me to thank. Y'all did it. I can bring y'all to the water, but only y'all can drink. So, y'all put in the work. It ain't me, it's you. Three for three, Chief. I'd love to see it. All right, so we bounced right off of 2.5. So I'll put a little indicator here. What did I say? 48, I think I said. Right there is where I put 2.5. I am Ray. That's why the Patreon's here. What did the Joker say in Batman? If you're good at something, never do it for free. So that's where I put 2.5. It was a low confidence level. That's why I elected not to include it, but it looks like it's respecting it. So, little B is coming out with a 37% gain. Oh, thanks, Blaze. Appreciate that. OM game, that's right. Look at those nice, healthy red candles. Let's go to the 1 year. The thing is, this could be just the beginning. Look at this beautiful downward action on the SPY 1 year. If we have an uptick in selling volume, way down we go. Love to see it. Up 30% on the day, Snow Dog. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Hey, sidebar, while I'm thinking about it, any of my dedicated skiers in here, I'm looking to get a new ski helmet. What do y'all recommend? Let me know in the comments. Just thought about that. Big green here off of 2.5. 20% off my put, Kenny. Nicely done. I'd love to see it. Got a little lazy on there for a second. I got to look through here, the market. A little bit of green here on the top 8. Gyro helmets, I'll take a look. Big X sector, all of them are just getting smoked. XLF just gotten destroyed. XLRE, downturning. Man, I love to see it. Okay. Pronounced Gyro. Okay, I'll look. Isn't it just? This is fantastic action. I love it. Come up and reject S2. I love it, Lee Rat. I'm right there with you, buddy. Right there with you. Chief says, I went to Yosemite. It was an outstanding experience. Yeah. Did you go recently? Man, Yosemite was absolutely, when you come through the tunnel and you see the Yosemite Valley for the first time, it's literally a life-changing experience. It's a life-changing experience. Nothing prepared me for the tunnel view. So I loved it. Listening to an Anna Coling webinar at the moment. Missed out on the put action. At least you're learning something, Pizza. By the way, Ski Patrol was skiing in Vail this morning. Ooh, man. I guess it's time. Out of settled cash. Nice CE. No losses. Love to see it. 322 people watching. If you wouldn't mind, head on over and hit that like button for me. I'd love to get 322 likes. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Let's see if we can start growing the community. If y'all made a little money, let other people know. Let's share the community. Let's grow a little bit. Love to see it. There we go. Y'all are hitting it now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out and supporting the community and learn a little something along the way. I'm glad, man, a ton of people made money today. Ton of people. What's up, Luigi? Talk to me. Dirty Dusty, how you doing? We had to talk. Is our conversation yesterday, did that help you? See you in here? I saw him in there earlier. There he is. Good. Made 18%. Love to see it. Approaching S2. Careful there. First time here, ready to learn. Nice, Nathan. DeSilvia. Hey, I went to a high school with a guy named DeSilvia. Screwed up and bought calls on SPY. Appropriate name, Murica. You don't want to bet against Murica. I got you. It's all right. We'll learn. 82% off a put off R1. Matt H, that is absolutely incredible. Nicely done, especially for a Navy guy. Shots fired. 432.42. Coming up to the 8 EMA. Luigi, I would have to know the time and the details of your entries in order to really kind of dial in what's going on. But if I had to guess, you're buying in between supports and resistances. You're buying in the middle of a move instead of the beginning or just as the move is starting. If I had to guess, but that's just knowing what I've seen in the past. Yeah, please don't take calls until there's a rebound. This is far too heavy to be looking at calls on a rebound unless you want to do a quick scalp. You want to scalp this stuff, go for it. But please do not take a position in a call thinking this is going to V recovery yet. Coup for the 15% on first trade. Awesome stuff. Well done. Well done. Killing it. If there's one thing I could place upon you all, it's forming, even if you don't use my supports and resistances, you have to form based on volume, and because that's what I teach is volume. Man, I can't even talk. Form supports and resistances on which you can anticipate price manipulation. That will keep you from buying in the middle of a move. Because right here, maybe you thought that you were going to take a call and get smoked, or go up and you got smoked here. Maybe you bought a call right here thinking it was going to bounce and it still had a long way to go. Forming supports and resistances will allow you two things: to time your exits and entries and exits properly, and two, keep you from buying in the middle of a move, thinking that it's going to go the other way. Also hard to trade while on duty. Is that a military guy? You military? What's going on? On duty? Are you a police officer? Hail OOM, do you think it's going to keep going down? Yes, I do. Got 184 to 2. Nice, Lee Rat. That's all right, Kevin. I understand. Nibble in. I do encourage you, though, take one small play. One small play. I'm talking, if you have to extend your DTE, if you have to go out way outside the money to get a small cost position, take one small play just so you can feel the twinge of an entry and an exit and see how things roll. That's how, if you're still gun shy, I would rather you take a smaller play and lose and then learn something than sit there and do nothing day after day after day after day. Like, at least take a very small play, like a $10 position, just so you can see things move and reflect it. 100% win rate, 14.76% overall gain. I love to see it. Yeah, you can paper trade it, but there's no emotions in paper trades. There's no emotions. So that's the thing. Paper trade's great to learn technical stuff, to apply thesis, but until you involve emotions, you're never going to get the full concept of the market. Otherwise, like there are people that turned $1,000 into $1 million paper trading. It's easy. But once you apply the fire, it changes things. What's my position size in relation to my portfolio? Usually, I've been averaging about 4% over the past 5 months. It's been trickling down. It was like a 10%, then an 8%, and now it's right about 4% average position size. Sometimes I'll use 10%, Some days I'll do as low as one contract in SPX. My lower confidence plays are only like 1, 2, maybe 3 SPX contracts. Maybe. It also depends on the premium price as well. So. Yeah, well, some people's bigger than that. And I guarantee you there are people in here that have a bigger day trading account than I do, because I don't keep a lot of my capital in my day trading account. Most of my capital is tied up in long-term investing, real estate, stuff like that. So I have a dollar amount every single quarter. I trim profits and I keep it at that dollar amount every quarter. Bam. And until my strategy changes, it'll stay that way. All right, so we bounced off a little 2.5 here, coming up to, we consolidated. Well, here, big synopsis. We rejected R1 beautifully. Came on down, we blasted right through S1. S2 respected amazingly. Came down, 2.5. Awesome. Coming up. We're going to see S3 or S2 first. It's a good question. I think S3. But we'll see. Paper trading doesn't give you the same effect when you lose 10K. That's right, Mr. Paint. That's right. What a 0.03 delta, is it smart to hold until the end of the day, or is it possible to rebound? I bought a 13-cent call. That's now 6 cents on SPY. Fed meeting is about an hour. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. The overall theme of the market is down. So that's all I can tell you. I don't know how the market will react to the Fed, to the FOMC. I don't. Any thoughts on Evergrande? I think it's a look into what we have in store in terms of the housing market, both in China and in the United States. So you have to remember, everyone talks about the 2008 housing crash, like The Big Short, that great movie, fantastic movie, Michael Burry, all that stuff. What they forget to realize, it took about 2.5 years for that finally to start happening. Like people like Burry, all them guys noticed it way in advance. They said, hey, this market is completely inflated and it's based on nothing. It's a house built on sand. And then finally, after about 2 years, it finally started to roll. And I think that's the situation we're going to face here. Especially, we have more indications of a downward side of the market than we did in 2008. This is a much more inflated market now than it was in 2008. So, do you do support resistance levels only in the morning, take into account pre-market? I do them in the morning because I want to take into account the overall arching volume. Everything. I want to get it. That's why I do it like 7:50, 8 o'clock my time, Central Time, which is like 9 o'clock, 8:50, 9 o'clock Eastern, because I want to take in as much volume as I can to form those lines. Thoughts on Zillow and Wall Street firms buying residential properties? I think it's terrible. I'm a type of guy where the less is more in terms of government. That's just my personal views. I think the government should be pretty much 90% hands off on anything in the commercial, in the public sector. So, private sector, I should say, private sector. So, me personally. Well, Mr. Paint, I mean, the price action has been bullish because we are propped up. And that's the whole point behind monetary policy. The monetary policy, as it stands, is to support the market to hedge against inflation, buying up as many federal assets as they possibly can. And that's why we have raged to 460 or whatever, 455, wherever he was. And once that turns, things are going to start turning. They are. It's economics. So now the trick is how to play that action. Anyway, red candle here. You do not want to call the top, and you do not want to short until it's ready to short. And that's where you become profitable. I wonder what the percentage loss to the community is as an average. I'd like to know that. It's probably pretty high. Anyway, VIX is still hovering over 20. I'd love to see it. Y'all remember, The VIX can spike over 40 if we get a big move below 420. So. JP says, hey, what's up for the new folks? Just joined the Patreon. How do you see the Tuesday, Thursday? Okay, yeah. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream live here on YouTube. I also co-stream the Voice channel and Patreon for the Voice. I also stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the Patreoners as well. So they get that exclusive content there. So you do have to join. If you did sign up for the Patreon, please link your Discord account to the Patreon account, and that'll automatically assign you the Patreoner's role in the Discord, which will get you access to all of the exclusive content as well as the Voice channel. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons, Dirty Dusty, great comment. That's one of the reasons why playing the downside is a little bit more difficult, because contracts usually on an aggressive downside move are quite high because of the implied volatility. Yeah, Husky, it is different. That's a great point. It is different. It's a different scenario because in 2008 was mainly fueled by adjustable rate mortgages and subprime loans. Like, people with 500 credit ratings getting approved for a $2 million home. So that was definitely a bubble created by subprime lending because of greed with our government. That's one thing. So it's definitely a different scenario, but it's still inflated regardless. It's because monetary policy has inflated this beyond measure, and inflation is going to skyrocket. Do I place market orders? Nope. That's a very common question. Yeah, only limit orders. I only do limit orders. Only limit. No, you'll log into the Discord to hear me on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all based on Discord. I do all my content in Discord. All right, so the 3 minute, I've been doing a lot of gabbing. I want to look here in the market. Might have had a little too much beta alanine this morning. 432.16 XLF. Prepare for a little downward move here. At least back down to S2.5. Oh, here you go, JP. Here is the link. If you do want to join, just let me know. There's the link right there. That should bring you over to the Patreon community, and you can pick whichever level you like. The basic Tier 1 level gets you access to all the content. Tier 2 gets you access to theta plays, as well as the personal budgeting Excel tool. And then Tier 3 gets you the one-on-ones. Plus, Tier 2 gets you 10% off merchandise once merchandise becomes active. You're welcome, JP. What's the bottom indicator again? What you mean? Well, thanks, Melissa. Appreciate that. All right, so we do have a little bit of green here coming up through the 8 EMA. We explain what theta plays are. All right, so there's two sides of trading. You've got the buying long positions like what we're doing here, and you've got the short side where you're selling contracts, you're writing contracts. And that's what theta plays are. So when we as options traders are facing theta, we're facing decay because of the thetas time is decaying our options. There's other side of things. When we buy a contract, there are people selling those contracts to you, and they're the people writing those contracts. So when they write a call, that is a short position. Selling a call is a short position. Buying a call is a long position. So when they sell a call to you, they are hoping the market goes down or at least doesn't move at all. That's going to decay that position. They're going to collect that theta, and you are going to lose that theta. That's just in a very, very elementary way to look at it. And they are high level plays, a little more advanced, and they take a little more experience to understand how things work. The big thing with those is that you can face considerable downside, so you have to know how to manage those plays well before you start playing those. The blue line at the bottom. Oh, that is CCI. I just threw it on there because since I've removed squeeze momentum, I just threw on another indicator that I've heard about that I've been interested in just to test it. Just an observational live test is what I'm doing. Big green candle coming back up to S2. The QQQ is green as well. XLF is bouncing back up here. The bonds still hovering, still maintaining. VIX dropping below 20. Can you see your screen? Yes, I've got my YouTube that I've been on here. There you go. Infinity coming with a 38% gain. I love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, definitely. Housing prices are crazy, but yeah. I have, yeah. It limits it to 25 people, so that's why I haven't done it. And we have a couple hundred people watching at the moment. All right, so a little green here. We kind of checked up at S2, blasted right through, coming up to the 34. Low volume, though. Low volume. Yes, it does. Tier 1 does include live streams. Yep. All right. Holding S2 right here, this red candle. Saxon can't believe I escaped those calls. Nice one. Nice. Had 3 plays today for under a minute. Love to see it. I'm still looking at him, Perk. Still looking at him. Hey, thanks for joining the community. Saw you join yesterday. Awesome stuff. Thank you. Hey, let's keep it PG. Dwayne says, good morning. Been a while since I logged on. Why did you remove Squeeze Momo? I was using it less and less, and I wanted to focus on my levels and my volume plays, so I'd like to take it off. I still use it for my long-term stuff when I'm analyzing swing calls, swing positions, but yeah, I took it off. Did you say the other day that you don't put much stock in patterns? Yeah, I don't put any stock in patterns. None. Flags, cucumbers, wedges, all that stuff. It's to me, it's completely subjective. It's funny. It's a funny story. I used to actually look at that stuff. I used to, you know, plot wedges, and I used to like research how to do all that stuff, and then I would go on Twitter, and I'm like, half the people, all the bears would be like, oh, this is a diamond pattern. All the bulls, right? Hey, this is a wedge. This is a bullish wedge, and for every chart, there are a million people with a million different opinions on what pattern it is, and it's completely ridiculous. And even like the best pattern is only 60% right, and even then, it's still subjective. So it's like, I would rather focus instead of worried about, is this pattern going to fail, or is it gonna hold true? Is it gonna bounce? All that crap. I want to look at what the data is telling me, and I think my supports and resistances humbly reflect that. The reason why my supports and resistances are so accurate, because it's built on actual volume data on where the market likes to congregate. I'm not just drawing lines based on what a screen is telling me or what like the candles are doing. I'm drawing lines based on actual volume data, which is a tangible asset in the market. It's not something that's just patterns, if that makes sense. So I highly encourage you, scrap all patterns. I promise you, it's only hurting you. It's completely subjective. So, and that is my TED Talk. Yeah, Vic T. Yep. Hey, for those of you who did test the Tesla levels, let me know how those do. I'm just curious. Ray1206 is up 1.4% on his overall portfolio. I love it. I love it. Do 1.4% every single day. Every day. Let me know how that goes. Do I have a favorite trading journal? Yeah. I use Excel. I have a custom built Excel sheet that I use for my trading log. I log all my trades, and it has a place to write notes, so I could like, hey, I had a bad day. You know, me and the wife got in an argument. I was emotional. I took a loss because I was stupid. Basically, stuff like that. Emotional, because by the way, that stuff does come into play. So there's a section to write in emotions. Your mindset. Be honest with yourself. Why did you take a trade? Why did you take a win? That kind of thing. Where to report spammer DMs? Sending DMs. Reporting channel. Right there. Oh, Veda Spy got it. Thank you, Veda. Appreciate that. Do I use the note chart? No, I don't. What is the title of the book you about volume trading recommend? I recommend Complete Guide to Volume Price Analysis. Anil Colin's book. 28% overall return, 69% win rate. Lee Rat is killing it. Killing it. Yep. The power of small, consistent wins. I promise you, if you embrace small wins, you will become profitable. That's okay. If I'm not getting some thumbs down, then I'm not ruffling enough feathers. If you have no enemies, you are not being creative enough. I embrace my enemies because that means that I am pushing the boundaries just right. Now, if I have more enemies than friends, then there's something wrong. But you have to have some enemies. Otherwise, you're not pushing the boundaries enough. Apparently, I'm very creative. I love it. I think you should test drive a new indicator every month. It's not a bad idea. I don't mind doing that. I'm not going to give much weight to them, but I wouldn't mind doing that. All right, look at this green. We were about to have an 8 and 21 crossover to the upside. QQQ is popping up. XLF, green. The VIX is still dropping. What are the bonds doing? Bonds are still high though. So do your scalps on your calls, but until I see a degradation in the bonds, I'm not all that bullish yet. Enemies let you know what you're doing right. That's an absolutely true statement. Normally very bitter people. Reddit exposes that exact statement. Reddit is filled with clueless, bitter people. Not all of it, but yeah. Shatner's going to space in a few minutes. Didn't know he was 90. Wow. All right, so S2, let's do a synopsis. Held beautifully. Came down, jumped off S245. Climbed back up. Congregated beautifully for 4 candles right around S2. Now we're copping back up. Let's watch S1. S1 didn't hold any confidence here in the morning time. So I'll be watching, curious to see how that starts to react there. If anything happens, I'm shorting Amazon. If Amazon kills William Shatner, I think all these Star Wars people out there would short SPY or Amazon into the ground. Star Trek, my bad. Uh-oh, let's not have that conversation. I'm sorry. Don't get your pitchforks out. Nathan, do you everyday live? Yes and no. I'm only on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I stream every day in the Patreon and voice stream room in the Discord. It was just a slip up. Any broker recommendation? I use E-Trade exclusively. I love E-Trade. It's amazing. Do I YOLO? No, I don't, Mark. I don't YOLO. Hey, what's up, Howard? Oh, thanks, Chief. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a big day for sure. The YouTube channel's growing for sure, so it's been humbling. All right, so we came up. We bounced off VWAP. I'm sorry, not WeWAP. Coming down to S2. I must not trade in between levels. I like it, Saxon. I promise you, you may miss some plays avoiding trading in the middle, but for the long haul, you will stop getting smoked if you stop trading in between the supports and resistances. Why am I laughing so hard at WeWAP? It's like if I have my 6-year-old like doing the analysis. And we trade off WeWap. Hey, Wem, do I still think it's going down? Yes, I do. What action would I need to see right now to flip calls? I need to see a lot of green right here on the volume stuff right here. What kind of move through S2 would you need to see ran or puts? I'd need to see a little bit of red right here. It's all about the volume. All about the volume. Would I take a call on the bounce from S3? Man, well, you have to realize if we touch S3, that's a lot of selling activity. A lot of selling activity. Saw a video on YouTube where the guy said 10% of your portfolio should be in YOLO plays. I almost fell on the couch laughing. I mean, yeah, it's some people are very like some people say that my position sizes are far too large. Like they're doing 0.5% position sizes, 1% position sizes. So, some people are pretty conservative like that. I do anywhere from 4 to 10%. How do I feel about supply and demand? I don't hate it. It's all about following the volume. Would I take a call from a bounce from S2? As long as I see the volume support that, I would consider that because S2 is very strong. We bounced hard off of it yesterday, roughly. We bounced hard off of it right here. We bounced hard off of it right just above it in the pre-market, and then again here. So, E-Trade Pro. I do Power E-Trade. E-Trade has 3 different options you could trade off of. Yeah, the home screen, you could trade off of Power E-Trade, or you could trade off of Pro E-Trade Pro. E-Trade Pro is terrible. Power E-Trade is amazing. I'll use it. That's all right. Sit on the sidelines if you're not doing so hot. That's okay. Just follow the money, the volume. So I have a little bit of consolidation here, right above S2. Do I use level 2 at all? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Right off S2, bouncing off. That is right. Just looking around here real quick, not ignoring you. Just give me a second here, and I'm lobstering this action here. We're still holding S2 beautifully. Yep, me too, Lee Rat. I've got my plays. All right, red candle S2. Would I ever average down? Negative. Well, I won't say never. 95% of the time, I will not average down. With options, now I do that. That's pretty much all I do with my long-term trading account. But with options, averaging down is a very dangerous, it's a very quick way to blow your account up. There's a reason why, especially for me, when I enter a trade, it's calculated, it's a calculated position size, it's a calculated number of contracts. When you start averaging down, you start losing track of your position size. You start overextending yourself because usually it's an emotional play. It brings in a lot of bad emotions because usually you're desperate. You're thinking, hey, if my position is down so much now, if I double my position size here and it only goes up half the amount I needed to, I'll break even. And it's usually an emotional play, and you're not focused on the facts. So, and you start doing mental gymnastics and like you start doing emotional math, trying to figure out how many shares I need to buy to just break even. If I can just break even, this will be the smart play. So that's why. Yeah. So don't average down. Yep. Theta Spy says, glad to hear you talk about averaging down. First day with you, I lost 65% on a trade by averaging down. I cut it, lost it at 10%. Good. I'm glad you realized that. What about averaging up? Great concept, R2. I don't know if you were being colorful or not, but that's actually how I would rather, if you want to add to a position, that's what I would rather you do. Averaging up sounds stupid because if you think about it, hey, why would you add to a position at a higher rate? But if you caught a big move early and it's going your direction aggressively, why not add to it? You've got a confirmed move. You've already locked in profits. Leg into a position. I would rather you leg into a position as it's going your way than averaging into a position that's going against you. Because all you're doing is throwing money at a losing position. Well, I would rather throw money at a winning position. If you've got a business that's consistently losing money and that loss is growing month after month after month, the more money you throw at it, it's still going down. You're just losing money. Instead, if you have, and think about it the other way, if you've started a business and it's growing every month, and the more money you put into it, the more it grows, start investing your money in winning positions. Think like a winner. Right now, I've got no positions. I'm not trading right now. Hey, Jim, what's up? Those are my custom supports and resistances that I've been building. Calculated levels I form in pre-market and plot them to trade off of them. So we are still holding S2 beautifully. XLF is now, I've got the Italian pinch going here. XLY and XLK. William Shatner is now a real astronaut. They beamed him up. It is about 10 o'clock Central Time. It's about time for me to hang it up this morning. Just because I know the way things work. It usually consolidates here. Not too much action for the next hour, hour and a half, and then volume starts coming into the play about 12:30 Eastern. So I would rather step away now, do what I got to do while it's chopping, and then come back when it's high volatile moments. Take advantage. So yeah. If you are new to the YouTube channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to come over and join the Discord, the link is in the description of the video. Please click on that, and that'll bring you over to the Discord. We have great conversations. My content, all my levels, my trades, The Patreoners discussion room, all is for the Patreon community. So if you want to join the Patreon, the link is also in the description. Please click on that, and it'll take you over there. You can choose from 3 different options, 3 different tiers, depending on what you want to sign up for and how involved you want to be. But all my levels and the chat room and the plays all account for the tier 1. So you can join that one as well. So I think there's a good probability we could touch S3 today, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be a part of the conversation this morning, to learn a little bit, and to have a little fun along the way. So I appreciate you taking the time to be here. Thank you very much. Until next time, I'll be streaming live tomorrow for Patreoners only on Thursday. If might be back on later this afternoon as long as we have some volatility. So if I don't see you this afternoon, I'll definitely see you tomorrow. I appreciate each and every one of you, and especially all the new members alike. I'll see you later. Be smart. I'm out.